Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in Gelderland. Trying to stay flat out the whole way, it's not quite so easy when you're just turning into town. Like that corner back there is probably the hardest one to keep the pedal to the metal all the way, but we're doing it. Ignore the cones. I think I just catapulted a cone into a person as I flew up the road. That's probably not the best way to go about staying on, friendly side of the neighbours as we sort of try to grow our business here and hopefully have everybody on our side to help us out with various different things. I'm not entirely sure catapulting road cones into people's heads is the best way to really ensure that everybody, that we have the full community support here that we want. That community support is quite an important thing. Like, if we don't have that, we could end up struggling at different times with some of the different things that we would like to be able to accomplish with our farm here that we're slowly growing. Right. That's that bit done. We've picked up the straw, so now I want to go back up there, and this time I want to start planting the oats. We've got 2 fields of oats that we need to plant, and then that is all the planting done. Well, we've still got 1 more field of potatoes that we're going to work on. That will then be all of the planting done that we want to do until next month. Now, can I get round that? I can't take the corner wide. I've just got to, apparently, not make the corner in even, there was no chance of that. I just had no chance. That wasn't going to happen. And you can't cut across the corner. Like, you might notice that I kind of cut across the corner here previously because, well, it's easier. But you can't do that back there. This one is not like the John Deere one, where we can unfold it super fast. But we can at least unfold it. Now, there's a couple of trees right here that I'm going to get rid of a second. And there's some more trees along here. I'll end up getting rid of all of the trees up through here if I'm going to be turning this into a just one massive great big field. But for now, I won't worry about those. I'll just do the ones that are fairly close to the field that might get in the way of my seed drill. Because, quite frankly, I'm not that good. I'm not doing the 14 times running speed. I am doing a bit faster. It's 8 times, which is actually better. We've got a floating tree there. No, we don't. It's actually better using the 8 times than it was the 14 times that I was using previously. It just makes it a bit easier. And my delete option is reaching further than I previously thought that it did. I want that one gone. Alright. Now I have made it so that I can actually get back into the corners and I can do the edges of the fields and so on. We can start planting this field. So this one is going to be oats, and there's one other that's going to be oats. Eventually this will be a really, really nice big field, but that's not going to happen just yet. Right, let's put you going. This one still does 35k though. We've got the extra speed on this, so 35k across the field. I think that's actually pretty good. I'd say that's something worth doing. Get up to this end up here. Once I have, see, 1 pass down across here is going to be fine, and pretty sure it's going to be much the same across the rest of the field. Just 1 pass all the way round, and then I can leave the hired help. The field that I'm doing the potatoes in, I think, will be almost finished now. So I can run down there and start on that one as well. We'll start on. I can do some work on. No field. What? It might be because I'm close to the edge of the field that it's saying no field found. Yeah, it doesn't like that at all, does it? I suspect that it's because it's close to the edge of the field there. And that's why it's going to tell me no field found. So I will drive round and get over to the other side of the field, and then I'll see if it will allow me to start planting. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do all of this by hand, which I really don't want to do. I came all the way down this end, and it's done exactly the same thing. I've gone most of the way around. Well, yeah, I've gone all the way around the field now. But it still said no field found. So what I'm doing is I've just gone to that bit, and now I'll turn round. Because what I'm thinking is, are you really... Ah! How is that no field... That might just be this seed drill. I can think of no other reason why it would be doing that. Because now I'm in the middle of the field. So it should be done. I don't want to do this manually. I don't like doing anything by myself. And have... Right, let's go over to the other one. This one has actually done its job. It's finished. I mean, yes, it's technically not completely done, but the hired help did a really good effort here, and it did at least, you know, have a turn. So let's put you up there and jump in, and then bring you back over this way. See, hired help actually did what it was supposed to do here with this seed drill, but it didn't with the other one. So I don't really know why it didn't with the other one. We have got a couple of little bits up through here that we want to just go over. I don't know why. These little bits, they bug me. They really, really bug me. There's no reason that they should bug me, because, quite frankly, it doesn't matter on the grand scheme of things. And by the sheer massive quantity of stuff that we plant, it really, really doesn't make any difference leaving those tiny little bits behind, but it still bugs me. So, yeah, we need to go over it. But what I might end up having to do is getting this seed drill to do all of it, because that one up there just doesn't seem to like the fact that we've got a field there at all. It's just saying field not found. That makes no sense to me. Why field not found? That doesn't compute in the slightest. It shouldn't be saying field not found. I can't think of, unless there's something wrong with the hired help placement on the mod or something like that. That might be it. I don't know. Hired help is very weird sometimes, isn't it? Like, you can never really be certain of what's going on behind the brain of the hired help. So I will do a pass around the outside edge of this field, and then I will let the hired help carry on and plant this field. If I press H on this one, even though he's slightly overlapping the edge of the field, he carries right on and does what he's supposed to do, which is excellent. That's what we want. So why isn't the other one doing that? There is something mysterious and strange going on with that other seed drill, and I intend to get to the bottom of it. Even if it means for now we buy another one of these, and we have this one. I actually quite like this seed drill. It's not going to be the final machine that I want to use in this series, but I think it's going to be pretty good for what I want to do. At least for now. I've got plans for something a little bit different than this, although my first plan doesn't seem to be one that can actually work because of reasons. So, yeah, I hope all those cryptic remarks made absolute sense to all of you. Why don't I just do that? It would work better. Now, no field found. I'm going to drive over here and see if it knows what any kind of field... Because maybe, just maybe, there's something wrong with the field there. So let's go here. I'm in the dead center of a field. It still doesn't recognize it as a field. So it's the seed drill and nothing else. So I got a choice to make. Do I stay here and manually plant this field myself? I'm going to have to do that, I think. I will stay here and manually plant this field with oats, but this seed drill is going and we won't be using it again. I don't know why it's not recognizing the field. There's something strange going on with that. And yeah, I did miss a little bit back there on the corner. So I'm really genuinely not sure what this is all about. Let's have a look in here. Is there anything in here? Hire AI worker, field not found, it will say, if I do that. Fold seeder, unload, open cover, ridge marker. There's no indications there of what might be causing it. I suppose on the plus side, I'm not planting potatoes here. Otherwise, the seed drill would have completely run out by this point. This is very slow. I mean, yes, I know that by the standards of most people, this is very quick. But my standards, this is slow. It's also tedious because I'm having to do it myself. And I don't like doing that. This is not acceptable. Me actually having to do some work is completely unacceptable, and it's not okay. So something will have to change. Namely, this seed drill is being gotten rid of, but I've got a little bit more planting that I want to do first. So we'll get the planting out of the way, and then we can get rid of the seed drill. But, yeah, and then we don't need to have it back. I'll get something else. There's not a lot else that we're going to need to do before it's time to cut the grass. That's going to be our next thing that we're going to be doing, is cutting, after we've done the rest of the planting, because there's a few fields that we got left to do. We're going to do beans this year. I wasn't planning on doing beans originally, but now suddenly it seems like a good idea, so I'm going to do it. I must remember this year to try planting something in the summer, like the wheat or the barley, or, well, actually the canola as well. We've got canola that we're going to want to do, so I'm going to need to make sure that I've got an oil mill that will be ready to take the new round of canola so that it will go to a much, much larger scale than what we've got at the moment, because I don't have that ready. I know I've got an awful lot of extra work that I need to do, and I will get there. And the last little bit. So I have now done a field of oats. The potato field is still going. Let me fold that one up while I drive back down here. I'm going to run this one back to the new... Actually, before we go running too far, let's check on this one. How's he doing? He's actually doing all right. He does come up to the edge of the ditch, but he's doing all right. We've got a little bit of tidy up that we'll need to do at the end of this, but other than that, so far so good. All right. I'll leave that one going. Rather than trying to turn off in the middle of the town, I'm going to go this way and try and go the back road, except that didn't work very well. Sort of. It sort of worked. So I'm going to try heading down this road, and we'll see if this will bring us around to the farm a little bit more easily. So we want to go down to this crossroads, and we want to turn left into here, and then whiz on down here. So I've got another field down here. Now, I have got the potato planter going at the moment. So if I pop into the field that we still want to plant with oats, with this one, it should make life a little bit easier for us. There is some fertilizer spreading that we'll want to do at some point, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. And I've got this little tiny bit here on the left, field 45, 46, and 73. I'm still not sure what I want to do with that, because that's like a different... Because it's a small area, like we're going to need to treat that a lot differently than we do everything else. Like, there isn't very much there at all. It's just this little tiny bit. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with that. 74 can join into 54 up there. 51, this piece here. Well, we built a shop there, so maybe we'll just use that to do some more, like we're going to do down here, and add in more of the bits and pieces down there. That might be a better way of doing it. And you... Let me drive over to this end of the field, start it planting, and just tidy up this lower end here. This is almost done down here. It's just the strip up the side that didn't quite reach. And then that's all of our March planting done. Bring you on around like that. Yeah, so I've got all of the renewable energy things in there that we're doing, the windmills and everything, solar panels. So there's still going to be quite a bit in there that we can do. We just need the money for it, because some of those are very, very, very expensive. Let's move you over there a little bit. Right, you carry on up through there, and I will go to this one. I'll get you right back to the corner for this one. We'll find out in a second if it's the seed drill. I got a feeling I already tried this one and it didn't work for me. But I don't remember. Genuinely don't remember on that one. Right, let's run you up here. This field is a bit more awkward to run around the edge with a big seed drill because of the fences and that are right against the edge of the field. That makes it a bit more of a challenge. Although that fence right there is apparently one that we can completely ignore anyway. Which certainly does make it a bit easier for me. And bees. I want more bees, because I don't have enough honey yet. That's something else that I want to work on. Now, I do have 850,000 euros, which I feel is an adequate supply of money for us to be able to use to buy a few more things. Now, there's more factories that I'm going to want to buy. Definitely going to get those, but I kind of need to do the work on expanding the collection of factories that I've got, because I don't want to build any more base game factories. I'm going to work now exclusively on my cat pack that I'm building up, but that takes a lot of time, and yeah, because I have other commitments at the moment elsewhere. I don't have that time every week, unfortunately. Hopefully, by the time I do another round of recording, I've got some to do yet, but by the time I do the next lot, I will have more of my cat pack. Let's back you up into this corner here a little bit, shall we? And carry on down here. At least we've got the planting done. That's now out of the way. I'm just doing a little bit extra along the bottom end of the field here, and I'm going to swing it around like this. And then I can run my test. And it doesn't take much of a test. Oh. Right. Okay, I know why it wasn't working. I guarantee you, I know why it wasn't working. The reason that it didn't work in that other field is because that other field wasn't plowed or cultivated. This seed drill in its basic form doesn't do direct drilling, and there's obviously a bit missing somewhere, I suspect, in the 3D model itself that is not, well, it might be, or it'll be somewhere in the XML file. There is a little bit of code there somewhere where it's not recognizing this direct drill. It is direct drilling, and it did do that. It planted the field up there. It did that without any problem. See, we've got field 67 that's now been planted there. But because the field wasn't plowed or cultivated, the hired help thought that it couldn't do it. That's why it doesn't work. Because the hired help needs it to be a cultivated or plowed field in order for it to be able to actually do what it needs to do. I genuinely didn't think of that. But now that I know what it is, I wonder if I might be able to find the bit that's missing and fix that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, because that's not the seed drill that I want to be using to finish all of the things off with anyway. So it's not really something that's going to rear its ugly head for me at any point. Now, I'm just reversing over here to make sure that we have definitely got all of the planting we have. Right. So everything is done that way. All I need to do is a single pass along the end of the field here. And then this one is done. All we have now is, I've got that one, so we got the soybeans that we're going to want to plant in those two fields over there, and then the corn in the field behind me. Knowing that the seed drill over there that is currently planting is not going to work if it needs the direct drill bit, that means that we want to have that one on the big field over there, and then this one will start working on those two fields there when the sun rises again in the morning. Which is fine, we can do that. That's no problem at all. So these two over here are, they're not corn. These two are going to be soybeans, aren't they? Sugarcane, sunflower, soybeans. So if I drive in here, that one is going to go there. So he's ready to go. And then this one down here. We don't want to do anything here at the moment. That's something that we'll work on a little bit later. Let's not worry about those for now. We've got our planters. So we don't want to keep the... Well, actually, yeah, the reason I had these up here was because I drove them back to empty them out. But we'll be doing something a bit different with them. And we've got our Uber Combine right there. And then you... We're going to need to move you anyway. This one, go back across the road over here. And hopefully it will be able to hopefully it will be able to spread fertilizer on this bit of grass. See, at the moment, it's not going to do anything at all, but by the morning, I'm hoping that there will be something that will have sprouted and we'll be able to do something in there. All we got to wait for is this one to finish. Let me check my factories a minute. We haven't... that's something that I need to do. That's something I need to do, and it's something that I can go and do. Ignore you. I don't want you. No. No, 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 no. Yes, I want this one. Right. I'll unhitch that and leave it there. I will go and get the trailer over this side. Buy the chickens. There's a little bit of eggs there from the chickens. I will tip out a little bit here, and then I will buy all of the grain that I can for these chickens right here. So let me hook that on. I got 150,000 litres right there, which would be enough to keep the chickens going just for another minute or two, but it's not a tremendous amount. Then I want to go over to the purchase point over here. Let's try to avoid taking out those pallets of eggs. And I want to go over here, and I want to fill this trailer up with barley. Lots and lots of barley. So I'll bring you over that way. And I will reverse you in there. And then start buying barley. I want to fill that one all the way to the very brim. Helper B has completed their task. Have you actually completed your task? Let's have a look. Down here. That's looking pretty good. It does actually look like he's done a good job down this end. I will show you in a minute that my theory is correct. We're going to go in the morning. Well, we don't want to be planting oats. We're going to be wanting to plant corn. It's going to be soybeans over in that field. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change to soybeans a second. Soybeans there. And I'm going to drive this way. I wonder if I can get through there without having to fold up. Possibly we can squeeze through. Yes! I made it! Haha! Right, bring you over to here, and AI worker E has stopped work unexpectedly. No field found. And it didn't tell me that I can't plant the soybeans, because I think I actually turned off the seasonal thing back when we had the sunflowers, and that's still Seasonal growth, fixed visual month. Plantings only pot. Oh, right. Okay. Beans, though. Oats, we were able to plant. Soybeans are not able to be planted this month. Let me unfold that one. And it can stay unfolded, ready for next month. You don't need to do anything. And I've got a very large trailer of grain right here, which I'm going to take over, and we're going to tip this in for the chickens. We will do our utmost not to squash any chickens. We do not want chicken pancakes. Chicken pancakes are not on the menu this evening. So let's go in here. See, no chicken pancakes. They were all... They moved out of the way most carefully. They're very clever, these chickens. They're very, very clever. They were able to move out of the way without any issues whatsoever. I will dump in everything that I can in there. Which apparently is all one... No, it's most of the 1.5 million. I'll shut that one off now. I now have 1.5 million litres of chicken feed, and these are absolutely fine. And then we can go to this lot. So, potato soup, materials missing. Oh, have I run out? No, it's not the potatoes. It's not the water. I don't need to buy any more. Premium potatoes, starch we've got, corn we've got. It's going to be the tomatoes, I bet. Yes, the tomatoes. They're slowly running out. Everything's slowly running out. That one is going to be grinding to a halt fairly soon. This one up here is going to take a while because this particular building doesn't share the... if you have all four of them running, the whole factory runs at one set speed. So if you have 4 lines running, each line runs at a quarter speed, which is a bit of a nuisance, and I don't really want that. Alright, I've done enough. I will sleep the night. The animals are fed, the plants are planted, everything is done and ready to roll. We just need to... We've got 2 fields that we're going to need to plant, and then we've got animals and stuff that we're going to need to deal with as well. So we've got chickens right here. We've got these pallets here are 25,000 litres each. So I can leave the eggs. I can also go and leave this alone as well. The mayonnaise factory. I got 244,000 litres of eggs in there. It's going to take a long time for that one to run down. I do want to get the milk and move that. I want to put some milk in here. Although I don't actually necessarily want to put milk in there. I want to put milk elsewhere. I've got a new dairy that I want to be starting to use, which is not ready to use yet. So I got this dairy right here, which has still got 22,000 litres. It's got 35,000 litres of sugar in it, which is an insane amount. And then we have the other dairy that I've gone and bought and put up. Where is that one? Have I actually got another dairy that I've bought and put up? Or have... Yes, Millman's Dairy right there. This one is going to need milk. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.